We are discussing about nutrition in plants. Yesterday we discussed about heterotrophic plants. Means what are heterotrophic plants? The plants which depend on other plants for the sake of their food are called as heterotrophic plants. What is the example I discussed today? Cascata. Okay, cascata is how will the plant will be yellow thread like structure which will depend on the host plant. What is that host plant? The host plant can prepare its own food by their own food by themselves. Then how these cascata will develop? Even the cascata also will have the root system. They are called as hostrias, and these hostrias also will grow with the host plant roots, and when the host plant is taking the nutrients from the soil, even this also will take from that and survive their life, and these are also called as parasitic plants. Okay, which are called as parasitic plants? The plants which depend on host plants are called as parasitic plants, and they are also called as heterotrophic plants. What is the example for this one? Cascata. What is the root system called? Hostria. This is the thing yesterday we discussed. Today we are going to talk about the saprophytes, plants that grow on dead and decaying matters. We will see when it is rainy season or the where the water stagnates or near to the barks of the tree, trunk, near the trunk part, roots, there you can see green color algae will be present, and near to that one an umbrella like structured saprophytes will, what we will say, mushrooms. The structure of it looks like a mushroom only. Don't think that it is mushroom and you don't eat it. Okay, it is not a mushroom, but it looks like, which is in the umbrella shape form. That is called as, often after rains we find umbrella like structure from the ground. Such plants are called as saprophytes. What we will say them as? Saprophytes. They are grown on, these saprophytes grows on dead and decaying parts of animals. Dead and decaying matters or dead and decaying parts of plants and animals are called as saprophytes. You might have seen black and white spots appearing on the bread pickles. Just you take a small little water and sprinkle on the pickle. For the next day you can see a white layer will be formed. What is that we will say? Fungi. On the bread you sprinkle water or you tightly pack that one, you can see a white mold will be formed. After that black color spots will be formed. Okay, after that if you leave like that, totally the bread will change into black in color. What is that called? Bread mold. Is it a good bacteria or bad bacteria? It is a bad bacteria. Will you eat when a white layer of fungi is formed on this pickles and bread mold? Will you eat that one? No, it is a bad bacteria. They are also called as they also come under like this saprophytes one. So pickles, then bread mold, when kept in moist places, these pods develop to grow of fungi, which is a type of plant. All these types of plants do not contain chlorophyll. So, they simply absorb the organic materials usually from decaying matters. Try to find out the different types of saprophytes that you may find growing around yourself. We can see the algae, the green velvet color substance which is there, the bacteria which is formed on the pickles and bread molds. Okay, when it rains like mushrooms, these all come under this. If they are too small, try to observe them with the hand. If we cannot see with them with our naked eye, we have to observe under the microscope or by magnifying the lenses we have to observe. Draw the picture of the saprophyte and write the places where you find them. That is in your the picture of saprophyte you can see in your what's that workbook we are having. You can draw that. Special mode of obtaining nutrition in very interesting topic is insectivorous plants. Okay, insectivorous insectivorous plants. What they will do? In the insectivorous plants, there is the deficiency of nutrition. There is a deficiency of nutrition. I told micronutrients are present. What are they? Nitrogen, phosphorus and the potassium. These with the carbohydrates, proteins and fats, even the plants need micronutrients in small quantities. If this is not there also, the plants will not develop, I told. What are those small micronutrients? Nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium are the nutrients which are necessary. So, in this insectivorous plants, there will be the deficiency of nitrogen. The plants will be as usual. How the remaining plants will be there? In the same way they will have green color substance, flowers will be there, fruits will be there, everything will be there. But there is a deficiency of nitrogen. Because of that, the growth will not be there. How they will get this nitrogen? You know, they are having the capacity of trapping the insects. Means when the insects are moving near to them with their leaves, they will trap the insects and take nitrogen from those insects which are moving. You just on your Google and just type insectivorous plants and you can see the visuals also, how the plants will be, how they will trap the insects. This all you can see live. I am explaining. Okay, you can imagine only. When I am explaining, I am telling that the leaves like our hand. Now near to us, night when mosquitoes are moving, what we will do? We will hold them. When they are ready to bite us, we will beat them. If they are flying, what we will do? We will try to trap them like this. We will hold with our hand. In the same way, to absorb the nitrogen, what these plants will do, their leaves will help them to trap the insects. So it's interesting, no? They will trap. It means to know. If you are seeing in the visually, if you are seeing, it will be more interesting. So go to Google and type insectivorous plants and check the plants. What are those and how they are trapping the nitrogen. So see here, a few plants manufacture their own food but also obtain a part of their nutrition from insects. Leaves of these plants are specially modified to trap the insects. These plants grow in areas where deficiency of nitrogen is there. Means in the soil there will be the deficiency of nitrogen. So because of that, to take this nitrogen, they will trap the insects and hence they meet their nitrogen requirements from the insects. Being green in color, they will prepare their own food by themselves. Why? Because if chlorophyll is there, they can prepare their own food. No. So, being green in color, they can manufacture their own food by themselves. What are the examples for this one? The examples of this are Doceris, Utricularia, Venus flytrap, are some of the examples I gave. What Doceris, Utricularia, Venus flytrap are some of the examples of insectivorous plants. These are called as carnivorous plants. These are also called as carnivorous plants. Why we are saying them as carnivorous? Why? Because what is meant by carnivorous? Which depend on animals for their food. So they are trapping the insects to get the nitrogen. So we are also saying them as carnivorous plants. This is a 4 marks answer. What are insectivorous plants? Very, very, very important. A few plants which are having the deficiency of nitrogen. Means are they having the deficiency of the nitrogen? No. These plants will be near to in the soils where there is nitrogen deficiency. So such plants where there is nitrogen deficiency, they will trap the insects for the sake of nitrogen. Then how the structure of the plants will be means their plants will be the leaves will be in the modified as to trap the insects in such a way they will be, and they are green in color. Because they are green in color, they can prepare their own food by themselves. And What are those means? They are these are the example. Venus flytrap, reticulus, and Droserias are the examples of that. And these insectivorous plants are also called as carnivorous plants. If you write like this also, you will get the 4 marks. Here in the textbook, Nepenthes. This is another one more insectivorous plant. Here already 3 I gave. This is one more example. Nepenthes is another one. So did you understand about that one? So I hope today you will just open the Google and check this about these insectivorous plants. Some plants like those of Dal family have a type of bacteria where this bacteria is growing, near the roots. In the bacteria fixes nitrogen for the plant while it gets the shelter in the roots of these plants. Such an association is beneficial for both groups. For which groups? Which can prepare and which cannot prepare, which is having the deficiency of nitrogen, they are called as symbiosis. They are called as symbiosis. Here once again see what are symbiosis plants. Some plants like those of Dal family, okay, they have a type of bacteria where it is growing near the root nodules. The bacteria fixes near the roots. What the bacteria will be fixed with the nitrogen for the plant while it gets shelter in the roots for these plants. Such an association is beneficial for both groups are called as symbiosis. Okay, last one is there are colonies of algae. Algae means the green velvet color substance. Where it will be present? Where the water will be stagnated, there these plants will be. This algae will be present near the barks of the trees or near to our houses. Wherever the water stagnates, there you can tell like a pakudu antam. If it is in English, algae, the green velvet color substance. There are colonies of algae. You can see in the picture also. And fungi living together in a symbiotic relationship. These colonies are also known as lichens. This relationship starts with the attack of algae colony by a type of fungus. It is an example of balanced parasitism. Later as algae survives, they are given protection from they are getting, because it is green in color, they are getting light, intense light and conditions of drying up due to the presence of fungus colony. If water dries up, you can see that layers of this green velvet color substance will be coming out. The fungus get food from its partners. To the side which plants are there, from that plants they will take the food. Did you understand about insectivorous plants, about saprophytes, about insectivorous plants, about symbiosis and about algae? These are the topics what we discussed today. Okay, and here what we learned. In the first one we learned about green plants uses carbon dioxide in the presence of sunlight, what is that, water. Then this process, what is that this process called photosynthesis. Plants that do not have photosynthesis, they are called as parasitic plants. Saprophytes live on dead and decaying organic matters. Insectivorous plants fulfill their nitrogen deficiency by trapping insects. In symbiosis, organisms share their food and shelter. Here some of the blanks are given for you. Green plants are dash in nature. In which nature they will be? They are autotrophic in nature. Why? Because they can prepare their own food by themselves. Green plants are autotrophic in nature. The food synthesized by the plants is stored as, how it is stored? Glucose or starch yielded. Saprophytes depend on dash for food, dead and decaying parts. Okay, green plants are autotrophic in nature. The food synthesized by plant is stored as glucose. Saprophytes depend on dead and decaying parts for their food. Then pores through which leaves exchange gases. What are those called as? Stomata. Pores through which leaves exchange gases are called as stomata. Plants that act as scavengers of nature. Which plants will act as scavengers of nature? Host plants will be there, no? Then those plants that share food and shelter are called as host plant. Plant which cannot make their own food and obtain it from Host plants are called as parasitic plants or heterotrophic plants. And still, Cascata is an example of a parasitic plant. Hostias are roots, raw materials involved in the process of photosynthesis. All of these what are given in the textbook. Circle the insectivorous plant. Nepenthes is the insectivorous plant. Got the point? Tomorrow I'll give the answers for all this, and now only I gave the answers. If you have any doubt, once again I'll give the answers for these plants. Got the point? I'll continue tomorrow. Thank you.